What's up? It's your man Chazz Ellis, and you're watching the Chazz Ellis Perspective. Now, I got a really terrible story in my inbox, and basically, it's about a Maryland man who decided to kill his 2-year-old daughter and his baby's mother, basically to avoid paying $600 a month in child support. The story really bothered me, and it was horrible. But I can't say I'm surprised. And I can't say I'm surprised by any of these stories about people killing their babies, killing their babies' mothers, whether it's female or male doing it. I'm just not surprised at all, because I feel that this has been a systematic devaluing of life that's been going on for years. You know, basically when you allow people to abort their babies or terminate their child's life in the womb, you're telling people that if someone doesn't want a child, that child's life no longer has any value and there's no consequences for taking it. Now, I know we like to call it a fetus, and we like to say the kid has no life, that it's not a baby and it's not alive. But whenever someone has a miscarriage with the child that they actually want, they don't say, oh, well, it doesn't matter, it was just a fetus. They say, no, I lost my baby. That's because the child has value, right? So basically, when you're telling people if they don't like the child, or they don't want the child, or they don't need the child for whatever reason, that child has absolutely no value. Their life has no value, and there's no consequence for taking it. What this tells people is that when you don't want a baby, it's okay to kill it. So now you're surprised that you've created a system that says a woman who doesn't want her child is allowed to kill it. And now if she decides to have that baby, the man who she has the child by, who may not even want the child, he's in a situation where he could possibly go to jail if he's unable to financially support that child. You're creating a situation where you're saying there's absolutely no consequence for you to kill this baby. But if you decide to have it, you could possibly be sending this other person to jail because they are financially incapable of taking care of it. So instead of somebody saying, well, of course, my child would have to be born, I'd have to take care of it, they're looking at the male, in some cases, is looking at it as a personal affront to him that you decided to have your baby. They're looking at it as a personal attack on them because it is illegal to kill a baby with absolutely no consequence. So where it's basically saying the government morally supports this. It's basically saying there's no reason for you not to nonchalantly just terminate life, right? There's no consequence. So clearly the government doesn't see it as being wrong. So you're surprised that a guy has now developed animus towards his baby mother for having the baby. You're surprised when you allow women to just kill their babies without his consent. She's allowed to kill his baby. You got to remember, the baby's half his. She doesn't have to get his permission to kill it, right? So you're surprised now that this person who is also going to be saddled with the same consequences and burdens of having a child, you're surprised now that this person would take it upon themselves to decide to terminate those lives, when you've basically said that life that is unwanted has no value. I know you felt like, because you call it a fetus, and said it's not alive, that really mattered. Well, scientists can't tell somebody whether a baby is alive or not. People know in their mind that baby is alive, and they're not fooling anybody. So when the baby is born, it's the same feeling. This is why somebody will throw the baby in the trash can. This is why somebody will drown the baby. This is why somebody will shoot their baby mother and the child, because basically you've told people that when they don't want someone's life, or when that life is inconvenient to them, that they have a right to terminate it. So now you can't be surprised that these guys, faced with such consequence, turn around and terminate life, when you've told people that life that is unwanted has no value. Now the only thing, because you've totally eliminated the moral issue by saying that it's okay to do that, to terminate life, now the only thing standing in the way of that baby and the killer is the thin layer of law. Okay, once the baby's born, you're not allowed to kill it. Well, you basically said that baby's life has no value. You already said that. So, okay, if you get someone who's a lawbreaker, they don't care to kill that baby. They don't care to kill the baby mother either, because you told them that life that is unwanted has no value because somebody doesn't want it, or somebody doesn't feel that that baby is worth the work that goes into it. This is what you've told people, and now the government likes to pretend to be surprised that this is the outcome. Now, I know I'm going to offend some people by what I said, but this is what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing a situation that's going to continue to get worse. You let me know what you think in the comment box below. Also, if you got anything else, you have other stories or things you want me to talk about and get my perspective on, also let me know that in inbox or comment box or whatever. Once again, it's your man, Chazz Ellis. Peace.